The Rippaverse is back, baby. So is it another hit amongst a whole bunch of other hits, or is it a miss? Hey, stay tuned here today on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, the most illustrious, the new author, which I'm so excited for, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land. Can we actually say that? Because it's not officially published yet.
Well, you know, you've made the announcement. The book's coming out. You know, you're doing your final edit runs and stuff like that. So, excuse me, I'm excited for you. So,
thank you,
everybody. If you don't know, I'm just going to brag on Mike for a second. He wrote a book called The Immortality Code, and we did the reveals on that. And so I am their cover reveals. Excuse me. Over the last couple of weeks, we did a little teaser, and then last week we announced it on our website. So I'm pretty excited for you. I think you've put some fun work in it. And made something of your own, and I think it's going to be really cool. So I have not read it yet, and here's why. I do the last pass through. So as I'm doing the formatting for him, I'm reading through it, as we go. So I'm excited. So because I wanted to wait till the main edits were done and the story was done, and then I'm going to go through.
I got some beta readers who are reading it. Jeff of Nerdery and Murdery, he's read through it. So
right on. Good guy. Guys, if you have not checked out Nerdery and Murdery podcast, you need to. Great. Jeff is a great storyteller when he's talking about these true life murder stories. I mean, he's great. And Zig is just quintessential, probably the encyclopedia of all things nerdery.
Yeah.
I mean, good night. I am not worthy to be in his presence.
When you mentioned the book and Immortality Code, all of a sudden something popped in my head. The fact that our listener Drew made a song for us,
yes,
and which includes the Immortality Code in it. And when you said that, all of a sudden this popped in my head. There was some comedy sketch years ago that the guy would go, wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it go. As soon as you said that, that just ran through my head. Wrote a song about
That's
it. Want to
awesome.
hear it? Here it go.
Let's do it. Hey, real quick, let's get a big shout out. Nobody for anybody is here. He goes, I am back. I am back. I'll be back. He is back.
Of course he's back. We're going to be talking Rippaverse.
I know. I'm excited for today, everybody. So we're talking Goodyng The Polymath. So is the latest release from the Rippaverse. And so I'm excited to get into that. Mike and I have not talked about it at all. We saved it for the podcast. So it should be an interesting time today. Well, you want to start popping off with the news?
Yeah. Let's jump into the geek.
Let's do this.
All right. Since it seems to be a Rippaverse day, we are going to continue with the Rippaverse news. And let's start with this. Horseman.
There it is. Chuck
Dixon
and Joe Bennett.
All right. So looks like they will be releasing starting the Horseman. Is it Horseman or Horseman? Me and a friend at work, we've been joking about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, me and a friend of mine at work, we've been joking about that ever since they announced it. We're like, is it Horseman or Horseman?
Yeah.
So every time we walk by each other, we go, Horseman.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm excited about it. Here, hang on. Let me see if I can show this
okay.
on the thing. Whoops, there we
What
go.
was that? Oh, is that from? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's the ad in
Yeah, so it says up next, Horseman. I'd say Horseman, not Horseman.
I know.
Or
It's
not
just
even
funny.
Horseman. I wouldn't even say that. Horseman.
It's just
I think it looks
funny.
great.
Horseman.
You know who it reminds me of, though, just on the picture itself? Nightwing.
Batman.
Nightwing.
You know what? Now that I'm looking at it, it almost resembles oh my god, the Batman that took Batman's place when he broke his back.
Azrael?
Azrael. Almost looks like the Azrael Batman.
I don't know. But I'm looking forward to it. I'll be open with you. Here, see, sorry about that. I'll fix that. Now I'm on the right side. No, wait, you're on the right side. I'm having fun, everybody.
Please make sure and take your Dramamine before watching this.
Because it's Steven. I waited to get Rippaverse Zine 2 until Horseman got announced because I wanted to order both at the same time. Save on shipping.
Me too. I did the exact same thing. So I am looking forward to the official announcement. That right now they're just saying September. So tomorrow's September, dude. Get on it. That's all I got to say. Yep.
Nobody for anybody says can't wait. Also, Sam's in the house. Hey, Sam. Good evening, Sam.
Oh, wait. I got a question for Sam. Okay. Another friend at work has been, I was talking about Sam being from Australia and everything. And he said that I have to ask him something. I have to ask him about, oh, shoot. I even sent myself an email to remind me what it was. Drop bears. Sam, do you know about drop bears? That's all I'm supposed to ask you. So we'll wait for a response from Sam. In the meantime, I have one more Rippaverse.
Well, I got one. In that same vein for Sam, I have the question: do you know what Tim Tams are? So, all right, okay.
We got all kinds of questions for you, Sam.
Just having a good old time.
All right,
right
on. Let me share the other one. So we had another Rippaverse announcement this past week, and I'm pretty excited about this one too. So check this out.
It is Rippaverse Day here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Pretty much.
I love it.
I like the music. The Mighty Golden Patriot. Coming soon.
Oh, man, he's just cranking it.
Yeah, well, this is
Yellow Flash and John Dillard. Yellow Flash. Why does that sound familiar?
Yellow Flash is he's a YouTube commentary. I don't know much about him. I've seen his name pop up a few times. I really haven't watched his stuff yet. So, this is actually a Rip Ascend. This is the first of the Rip Ascend. So this is not part of the Rippaverse universe, at least not yet. I don't know if maybe in the future it will get incorporated into the Rippaverse universe, but this was the deal that Eric's company came up with so that they could carry other comic books and help other independent artists distribute their books. So I'm excited about this one too. The cover looks great. The art looks beautiful. For those of you listening, it's kind of this, it's hard to describe what the character looks like. It really muscular, almost I hate to say this, but almost a Power Rangers looking outfit, sort of. I say that, but it's really cool. It looks really cool. You gotta go look, check it out. Anyway, and then he's got an American flag, and he just looks awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. So I'll be buying this one too.
Nice.
So that's
nice. It kind of reminds me of a Captain America type, possibly.
Yeah, except he's got the full face mask and everything.
Well, yeah. I just mean from the concept of it.
Oh, okay. The concept.
So,
you mean.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess it's possible. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is the cover, and the cover looks incredible. Love it. Oh,
my wife brought me a donut.
Where's my donut?
Mike says, "Where's his donut?" Via UPS. Sorry, that's funny. Sam replied. He said, "Yes, Drop Bears, a 10-foot tour, and they breathe fire. They are 100% real." We totally don't make stuff up and say things to tourists.
That is awesome. I love it. I will have to tell my friend at work that what he said. I love it. That is great. So my question is a drop bear like Australia's version of the chupacabra?
Oh,
although to me the chupacabra looks way more evil and scary, but
right.
From what I'm saying, it's what I'm told, the drop bear is basically just an evil koala bear. Of course, they say everything in Australia can kill you. So, what, Megan? Yeah, but they don't look mean, and these things they look weird. But they look like an evil koala. So you're just saying a koala bear is just evil anyway,
right?
I don't know.
And all that.
But they're 10 foot tall and they breathe fire. I love it. Maybe I could make up a story about the drop bears.
That's funny.
Maybe Sam and I'll have to get together since he knows more about Australia. So.
Ooh, we could do a world tour, go to Australia and call it World Tour.
Nice. Two Geeks fun. World Tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please give to our Ko-fi page so we can pay for our travel. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're going to have to give a lot to our Ko-fi page.
Oh, gosh, right. That's so true.
And then Steven will box a kangaroo, too.
Wow.
If you donate to the Ko-fi page, we will put Steven in a ring with a kangaroo in Down Under. While he eats a Vegemite sandwich.
Right. Yeah.
All right. If I hit all the cliches now.
Oh gosh. Sam says, not really. No one thinks the drop bear is real.
No.
He says, and then koalas are technically not bears.
That's true. This is true. I agree with that.
All right.
The kangaroos do fight. They're tough too, man. I've seen those videos of people fighting kangaroos, man. I wouldn't mess with one of those things. And they're strong. You see the muscles of a kangaroo?
Yes.
Jeez. Okay.
All right. Ready for next? Any more?
Yeah.
We're good? Okay.
Let's move on to the Geek Dark.
Throw the radar, sir. What's wrong with? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. It's not all he's lost.
All right.
All right, one more Australia pun. That's not a knife. Now that's a knife.
Right. Crocodile Dundee. All right. Well, everybody, I'll start off. So my wife Kelly and I rented a movie last night, and we're just looking for something fun or some kind of thing. And we rented The Fall Guy.
Nice.
This is the Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt movie. And I think it was on $125 million budget. And I think it only made like $175 million maybe, which I was shocked because it actually is a great, fun movie. It's got explosions and action and romance and all kinds of stuff and, twists and, evil villains and stuff. So, I mean, it is actually a really good movie. Now, for those who may not know, because Mike and I are old enough to know and remember, the Fall Guy is loosely based on an old 80s TV series called The Fall Guy. Same character, Colt Seavers kind of a thing, who begins, who it's really about him just being a stuntman kind of a thing is really how they position and stuff. But I'm spoiler, and I'll watch the movie. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but there is a mid-credit scene where Lee Majors and Heather Thomas show up.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, did you watch? I actually never watched The Fall Guy. I never watched. I'm a Lee Majors fan too, and I never watched it.
It was good. It was a good show. It was, stuntman turned detective. And because he was stuntman, he could handle the action that needed, in situations and stuff. And that's kind of how they play this off. And it is actually a really good movie. I would definitely give it 9 out of 10 explosions.
Nice.
And
wow.
I will watch it again. Definitely. Was it worth the rent? Yes, it was. It definitely worth the rent. So
okay. Wow,
that's good. So that's on my.
That's pretty high praise too.
Nice. Yeah, it's good. It was fun. It was a fun movie. Not over. I mean, it was just fun.
So it wasn't like when they redid Starsky and Hutch. That was so bad, and that was right. Owen Wilson. And I love Owen Wilson, but yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, it wasn't like any of the other remakes because they made it their own kind of a thing. Right. They stuck with the stuntman side of things, and the main actor disappears, and he's been the stuntman for this actor kind of a thing, and so he's in the beginning he gets injured. And so he's kind of out of the game for 18 months. He's kind of lost his not nerve, but just lost his identity to a certain degree, because he was like, I can't, if I made this kind of mistake, how could I make this kind of mistake? So I shouldn't do it anymore, kind of thing. But he gets called back. He gets back into doing a film because the main actor has disappeared. He looks like him, kind of a thing. And then he's trying to find out what happened to the actor. And then he's going through the process, and that puts him in all these kind of situations. There is a fight sequence in it that is really good because he's in a club with a drug dealer trying to trace what's going on and what's happening, but they slip him something in his drink, and so he is high as a kite while he's fighting. And so when he hits him, he sees sparks and stuff, and then he sees this unicorn and all this kind of stuff. It was just fun. I mean, it was well done. It wasn't over cheesy or anything like that. It was just, you could tell they were just having a good time doing it. So I highly recommend it.
I'm glad that they did a 80s remake that lives up to, because most of them, I mean, Dukes of Hazzard sucked. That was so bad.
A-Team wasn't too bad.
A-Team is the only one I actually kind of enjoyed. Mm-hmm. It wasn't terrible, actually. Mm-hmm. You had some decent actors in it. Still, you're never going to come close to Mr. T, and then of course Murdoch. The original Murdoch is the best.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was so funny. I loved him, but they did a decent job at it. It's not bad. I would not, I would not say don't watch it, but yeah. So good. I'm glad one was good. The only thing I got for Geekdar, we actually watched a documentary on Gary Coleman last night. So it not as fun as what you watched. But I like Gary Coleman. That's a blast from the past there. Big part of my childhood. Different strokes. I never missed an episode growing up. Loved the show. Big time fan of Arnold. What you talking about, Willis? Which, by the way, he hated that line.
Did he really?
Yes. They even mention it in there. He hated it after the show was finished, of course, because it was like everyone wanted him to do it. I do remember Jimmy Mack of RFR, Rebel Force Radio, because Jimmy Mack is in the radio business. Actually,
Yeah.
His wife is a radio personality in Chicago, and he's done production work for radio for years, for many, many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling a story of when Gary Coleman had come into one of the stations he was working for. And he's like, I tried to get that guy to say the line and he will not say it. So, but I mean, you get it. He just got tired of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is, but it was a really good documentary. Sorry, somebody sent me a text.
That's all right. So
go ahead.
Oh no. Well, I'm excited, everybody, because also on our Geekdar is next week we're doing Beetlejuice. So Beetlejuice. So I will not be here, unfortunately.
Nobody says the B word.
Nobody says the B word. Oh yeah, I said it twice. Better not say it again. Then we've got then we got a couple of special episodes coming after that. Mike is working on a personal Mike Has Issues, a comic book review thing. I am working on a special Ex-Pastor Watches Horror Movies episode, reviewing The Ninth Gate. And so then after that, then we've got another comic creator. Mm-hmm. On the show, The Gallows Man, and then we were thinking about watching Batman Cape Crusader. So tell us what you think. This is the one that when we first started the podcast, I didn't think it would happen. Mike gave me so much static about it, and I have to say that he's right. I did say he was right because, I admit, okay, it happened. Now I don't know if I really wanted it to happen or not. I don't know. So that's what. If you want us to review it, just let us know because we're struggling whether or not to review it or not.
I can't get past episode 1 actually. All right. Well, let's move on to something else.
Yes.
All right. Let's move on to the main event.
It's time for the main event. Woohoo! All right, everybody. Here we go.
Says your mic's not on, Megan.
So Rippaverse is back, by golly. And so we're going to talk about Goodyng, even though it's spelled Goodyng, because technically it's his last name. So, kind of a thing. So, anyway, with that, how do you want to approach this? Do you want us to just go brief overview of what it is?
Well, here, let's do this. Let me stop sharing and then start sharing again. Let's go to his page.
Okay.
On Rippaverse. I should have had.
All right. While you do that, that's okay. While you do that, I'll talk about it in a minute. So, everybody, Goodyng. I'm going to show this on the screen for us. And so, Goodyng the Polymath. And so, super smart dude. This book is an origin story. And so primarily this is kind of the first role that we get. It is by, I'm gonna see if I can get this to show real well. It is by Mike Barron. Oh man, I can't get it to show. There it is. Mike Barron, Will Conrad, and Jay Brown. And when you come in, Mike Barron is the writer, Will Conrad is the artist, and Jay Brown is the colorist.
Sorry.
On it. That's okay. And I'm gonna he's going to show us Goodyng here in a second about him. Mike Barron writes a really nice introductory letter. Is that how you would say that? Introductory letter?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I read that. That was really good. I enjoyed it. It
was really well done and just about the whole Rippaverse thing and being a part of it, and Eric July and just what Eric July is doing really for the comic books industry, for the creators and writers and stuff. So He's like, hey, I want you to write the story. And we have it. And I can't wait to talk with you about it, Mike. So we get the origin of Cato Gooding and his story, a villain. It gets introduced. We're kind of introducing characters, different groups, different events, and or different organizations are introduced with kind of a fun little battle at the end. But primarily, it is all origin story oriented. And I'm just going to say it right now. It makes me excited for what comes next. I thought it served an incredible foundation for what's to come, and I'm excited about it.
I agree with that. So if we go to the characters page and we go to Gooding and I click on him.
Okay.
There we go. I'm clicking up here in our window and I'm not clicking. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Anyway, so Gooding, his introduction is, I'm not a snitch. I'll take care of it, which I like that. After graduating as valedictorian, Hartman University offered him a full scholarship, and Madewire offered him a job. Madewire is like another big company in what's the city? I always forget the city's name. Forest Park, Texas. Anyway, however, for reasons that are his own, he left and started his own venture, eventually founding Gooding Services. Now, Gooding Services, we see that introduced in ISOM 2 because, ISOM is using Gooding Services to protect his ranch, basically. Despite not being an accept, Cato uses his inventive skills to outsmart his opponents. While his genius mind serves as his greatest asset, his weaknesses include limited physical strength and a tendency to work alone. Despite these challenges, Cato continues evolving and fighting for the righteousness. His abilities: genius level, intellect, inventor, and scientist. Alter ego is Cato Gooding, and his first appearance is ISOM number 2, and his base of operations, like most of them, is Florspark, Texas. At least one.
Yeah, won't mess with Texas. It's even said in this comic, actually, which I cracked up.
I like that. Even not being from Texas, I enjoyed that. I thought that was great. Of course, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan, so sort of.
You are. Yeah. So next time you go check out a Dallas Cowboys game, you can go to Florspark, Texas.
Sure, if I can find it. It's kind of like where's the town Michael Myers is from? Because Michael Myers is from Illinois, and Haddonfield. Anyway, and it's not a real town in Illinois, but it's supposed to be. So,
yeah.
All right. So let's see. First of all, I want to show my cover. I don't know if you'll be able to see it all because it's got green in it. But in my cover, he's got like a little robot behind him, kind of holding up the ceiling. And I love this scene. And I was disappointed because the scene's not actually in the book.
Right.
And I was really wanting to see that because, I mean, that cover itself kind of highlights his skills, his technical ability, and everything. And even how it said his downfall is the fact that he doesn't have the physical strength that the accepts have. Accepts, right? Yeah, accepts. I'm trying to get these terms completely in my head, solidified in my head. But anyway, so he doesn't have the strength of the accepts, but you can tell he's using a robot to help enhance that. And I think that's a cool thing. But unfortunately, Sam, spoiler alert, no, the robot is not in the book. I'm assuming he will be in something later, whether it be in another Gooding book or whether it be in a future ISOM book or whatnot. But I'm sure the robot will appear later. But that was a little bit of a disappointment for me. Almost clickbait. comic book clickbait
Just
there,
enjoy
guys.
the cover. All right, hang on, everybody. Let me. I'm gonna see if I can share. So I'm gonna share my screen here for a second, and where you can see all the covers. So if you're thinking about going to Rippaverse.com and getting your own copy, this is the one you're talking about here.
Yes.
Almost looks like Iron Giant, sort of.
Yeah, kind of similar.
And all.
Except
That's
I think
cover
Iron
D.
Giant.
Yeah, cover D. I have cover B is the one I got. So you get Goodyng and the other characters, and then the villain.
All the covers are nice. Actually.
All the covers are good. The art is great. There's cover B. There's cover C, which is interesting. Yeah, I think those are just images of stuff that's going to come, kind of a thing. So
probably.
I'm excited. I it's going to be great.
I have to say, when they announced they were doing a book on Goodyng, I was like, really? Really? Is there enough to this character that he gets his own book? And
right.
Yeah, I think it did. I think he did. I think this was a good book. It's not my favorite, but it did make me more interested in the character.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I'm trying not to give away the book, but it is a good book. It is a really good book. I think it was great setup. I think that he seems like more of a Batman type character, if that makes sense. Like I thought Horseman was going to be more Batmanish kind of a thing, but I don't know. He's set up like he's kind of like he's super smart and he's grown this company and he has all this really cool tech.
Sam says, I vaguely remember Green Goblin getting the best of Spider-Man on a cover, but it never happened in the book. Yes, I'm sure you're correct on that. There's been lots of comic books where that's happened. In fact, I recently used an issue of not Brave and the Bold, but World's Finest, Superman and Batman. Mm-hmm. World's Finest, Superman and Batman. The cover had William Shatner on it, which is a fantastic cover. I absolutely loved it. It's like William Shatner running the Justice League. And I was like, as soon as I saw it, I said, I got to have this book. And bought it. And I'm like, well, darn, Shatner's not in the book. I want him to be in the story.
Yeah.
The cover's beautiful, but yeah, again, I kind of call that comic book clickbait a little bit. And I get it. You're making a cover to catch someone's eye and sell the book, but covers are never in the books. No, I wouldn't say never. I wouldn't say never. Sometimes they are. It depends on what the cover is.
Yeah, but he did say that Mike Barron did a great job.
Yes,
job.
Yes, I agree. Mike Barron did a fantastic job in this. Good storytelling. The art is fantastic in it.
It's very fast-paced storytelling too. Yes.
And this is the first one so far in the Rippaverse that we get a full-on origin story.
Yeah.
Isom, we still don't really know Isom's origin. We're getting little hints and clues as it goes along. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm not booing on that. Yaira, we know that she's otherworldly and her race has come after her, so on and so forth. But other than that, we really don't know anything about Yaira yet.
The mystery. Can't wait.
Right. Bloodruth, we know nothing about where Bloodruth comes from. I hope Bloodruth comes from like Louisiana or something. That's what I want, because she gives me that feeling. And speaking of that, I got my new Bloodruth
shirt on. Nice.
Can you tell I'm excited about the Bloodruth book, which is going to be written by the Soska sisters, and I think that's going to be so up their alley. I think it's going to be very horror based, and I am excited about it. I'm really excited about that one. So, but yes, this is the first one that is a full on origin story, and I like his origin. I think it's good. He's a interesting character. I liked him as a kid. I loved how his dad is saying, what did you do in school today? And calculus. I don't think they're teaching calculus in fourth grade. And they start rattling stuff off.
Yeah, we do get it where we start off when he's a kid into during his school years. It kind of jumps, and then through into high school even, and then when he graduates and he's given the
we meet his high school
speech,
but bully too.
It does. Yes, you meet his high school bully, and it's those two are connected somehow, some way, kind of a thing, and so it's really interesting how it continues.
Okay, not knowing everything. No, none of us know everything, dude. It's all good, man.
I mean, I agree. No, well, I just mean in the aspect he's just talking about. I'm sure he's talking about. We don't have those origin stories yet. We have the mysteries, and I agree.
Gotcha.
I'm okay with having the mysteries.
I think that's a good thing, actually.
Yeah,
I like that. I don't want them just flat out revealed immediately, and I'm fine with the way they did it in Gooding. It's the only one they've done it with, but I like how everything else is just they're like little mysteries. Little nuggets for us to find out later, and eventually we'll get those words.
It's when I sat down to read this, I read it in one sitting. I couldn't put it down. I had to flip the next page. I had to go to okay, what happens here? Oh, hey, it's a real quick break on what's happening, the villain story a little bit. And there wasn't a whole lot of time spent on that. It was really pretty self-explanatory. And so you didn't get too much fluff. I mean, it was to the point. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's set everybody up. And I only have a certain amount of time, and I just had to keep doing it. And I probably read it quicker than all the other ones that with Yaira and with Isom and stuff, because I was just like, okay, it's fast paced. I want to say, what happens next? Oh, wait, we got an interlude for the villain. Oh, okay. Now we're back to Kato. Now we're back to Kato Gooding. And like, oh, look, here's this. Oh, they're introducing this. Oh, they're introducing this. Oh, there's a couple of things they put in there. And I'm like, yeah, that's coming back later. I mean, because not that it just came out of nowhere, but it was part of the storytelling, but you're also like, but it was only mentioned once. So you're like, yeah, that's going to come back in the next issue kind of a thing. So there's all kinds of interesting aspects to it.
Sorry, you sounded like you were underwater for me for just a second there. I was having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, sorry.
I was trying to concentrate really hard on
I was too excited.
Is that what it is? You get excited and start to sound like a fish.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Nemo touched a butt.
Now, I will push back just slightly. This is a shorter book than all the other books have been. It is not as long as the other ones. And I would have liked a little more story to this. I would have liked to have seen it extended out a little bit more, but I kind of get it. I get where they ended it. So we can go into the next book. You're basically introducing that his nemesis, and then kind of dropping it there, like, okay, so next we take off with some kind of battle between those two.
So it did have you wanting for more.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't saying it did. No, not. I didn't. If I came off that way, I didn't.
No, I'm just teasing.
No, I wanted more. I definitely wanted more. I'm just saying I was slightly disappointed that it wasn't as long a book as the last 3 books we've gotten from Rippaverse.
Yeah.
But again, art is beautiful. The story was written great. Nice.
Oh, this is
I like that scene.
This is one of my favorite scenes. Now, this is the villain before he becomes the villain, I guess. He's a army guy, got in trouble in the army or in the the Texas Army kind of thing. And then he got in trouble, went to jail. Then he gets recruited by this organization. And so they send him off to do a thing. And this is them jumping out of a plane to go to a secret facility. And
kind of reminds me of the White Snake Eyes. I don't know.
I
don't know my G.I. Joe very well. I know Snake Eyes is all black, but there's like an all white version of
Storm Shadow.
Storm Shadow. Thank you.
Yep. And so that was just a good one.
Nobody for anybody agreed with
wishing
me.
For more pages. We wanted more. We liked it so much. Oh, we wanted the more.
Give us more. Damn it. Now. Are you listening, Eric July?
Right. We love you. Give us more.
Guess what?
Thing. Was there any other pages that you liked?
I liked that one, and I would have liked to have seen more of what was going on there. I know he's like watching a TV show, I guess.
They made a TV show based on, which I thought was kind of funny.
I thought that was, wait, go back to when he gets he either gets the job or finds out he gets the I don't know, a scholarship or something like that. And he jumps up and clicks his heel. I laughed when I saw that panel. I was like, oh my gosh, nobody does that.
Nobody does that. They're like,
that's silly as all get out, but it was funny.
It was funny.
It made me laugh out loud. It really did.
Yeah, I don't know if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, he either got the job with the other company or it was after he got his scholarship or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here it is. Yeah, he got the first there. Oh, here, I'll make it bigger. He's like, yes. He goes, oh no, he got to finish his course early because of what he was trying to do, and the professor was like, yeah, this is great stuff, you got your A, let me know if you want a letter of recommendation. He's like, woohoo.
He jumps up and clicks,
kind of a thing. Yeah.
That
was fun.
It was fun. Don't give a fuck. It was just silly.
So I will say this, in the way the villain gets his powers kind of was reminiscent of the Flash, sort of, or the Flash TV portion of it.
Sam asks, accepts short for exceptional. That's a good question.
I think so.
I don't know the official answer, but I would say probably that would be my guess.
Yeah.
If we could ever get Eric back on, I'll ask him.
Yeah. I think that's the case. Man, I'd love to get Eric back on.
I would too. But man, he's a busy guy now.
He's a busy guy and he's a great leader. It's not just about comics. He's just got some good insight and leadership qualities. The one thing we
got really lucky. I think we won the lottery when we got him last July.
Right. I concur. I find no fault in your reasoning. I do want to say this. The one takeaway from, let me rephrase that. My only one, if I was to say my one complaint, which is not minor than that, is, here's the back. This is inside the back cover. But there's not many full page illustrations in it. And
yeah, we didn't get a full on 2-page, did we?
No, we didn't. We barely got it.
Nice.
We barely got any full page ones too. That is my only. The art is great though. Don't get me wrong. I love the art. I think it's great. I think the story is good. The coloring is good. It's just a great book. I will say this is that just and they may do this later on. They'll have it for scope, I guess, kind of a thing. But there wasn't. We got some of those in like Alpha Core. Alpha Core had them. Nobody from Eric July making great comics.
Making comics
great again. Yep, that's true.
I love it.
Yep. But there weren't any full pages in Alpha Core. It gave it a sense of grandeur or gave it a sense of scope where you're like, yeah, they're looking over the city and you're seeing them in the city and stuff. We didn't really get any of that just yet.
And I wonder if that's because we haven't gotten really into his gadgets and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think once we get into his gadgets more, and you get opportunities for panels like the one with the robot, or like the one you just showed with the little robots flying around and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think there's going to be. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get them. I'm excited about it. I mean, sure. That's just a minor. I liked it so much. I wanted bigger full panels, kind of thing.
Let's go back to
that's on me.
You were talking about the villain, and you said that you felt that he got his powers similar to somebody.
The Flash.
Oh,
see, you weren't listening to me. You were so busy with the comment section. Guys, stop making comments so we can pay attention to me.
Don't stop making comments.
I'm teasing. I'm making a joke, everybody. And oh, hey, Jesus is
welcome.
Go.
Jesus
What's up, boys? What's up, man? Welcome. Okay, here. Let me pull it off. There's my little thing where I keep everything on there. Here's the. So they break into the lab, and this guy just got eaten up some kind of virus or something, or they're in there to break in to steal the stuff. And then while he's in the lab looking over the body, there's lightning strikes. There's a storm, lightning strikes it, and then he gets hit. So that's why I say it's kind of like the Flash.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Yeah.
It's reminisce. Let me rephrase it. It's not the same storyline. It's not the same thing, but I think the lightning strike is why I say that's what it reminds me of.
I got to share it. I can't not.
Which stands for those who may be just joining us,
Making Comics Great Again.
Eric July. Yeah.
I love it. Thanks, Sam. I love it. Anyway,
what would you score it? What would you score this one?
Okay. Considering I think the book should have been longer, and I would have liked more of a battle between him and his new nemesis. I'm going to go 7.5. Oh, we didn't even pick what we'd use for this.
Robots.
Okay, yeah, sure. Why not? 7.5 robots. I'm going to go 7.5 out of 10 robots on this one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it should have been longer. And like you said, I would have liked a full panel, either a full page panel or a 2-page panel artwork like we've gotten in the previous books. Those are the only, and again, it's not that this is a bad book. It's a good book. So
from a storytelling standpoint, from an art standpoint, you're saying it's a really good book.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. I give it a solid 8.
Okay.
Solid 8 out of 10. And maybe an 8.3457 or something like that. I'm just kidding.
357.
I really enjoyed this book. It is reminiscent of other characters for me that I enjoy, which leads me to be like, okay, I'm excited. Here's a super smart guy, polymath, with the whole polymath part of it. And
nobody for anybody's with me. He gives it 7.5 robots also.
Right.
Unfortunately, that robot is broken. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah. So solid 8 out of 10 for me. So, okay. So we're averaging 7.75 at the moment is what we're saying.
Yes. Nice. So almost 3/4 of a robot.
Is it worth the buy?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, so far I haven't come across anything in the Rippaverse that's not worth buying yet. So.
I agree. I same way is I'm happy with every single thing I have. I'm looking forward to get Ripazine 2. I'm looking forward to Horseman. I'll be open with it. I'm even looking forward to the Golden Patriot.
Oh, I am too.
At a
and that's not even a Rippaverse.
It's not even a Rippaverse one. So I'm looking forward to
it. Yeah, I think Eric's doing a great job putting out these books and giving us something completely new and fresh. for the comic book industry.
Yeah,
My dog's going nuts.
that's all right. Well, we're wrapping up and everything too. So, any other things you want to talk about, Goodyng or Rippaverse?
Just the fact that I am looking forward to possibly more Goodyng. I'm sure we'll get more of that. I can't see him not, continuing on this, and I can't wait for Horseman. Because I got a feeling that's going to be his Batman. That's what I think Horseman is. I think it's his Batman because he's saying that it's a street level vigilante, and to me that just sounds Batman. And he kind of has a Batman Nightwing look to him,
Yeah,
with the sticks and everything. And yeah, I'm super excited about that one. And where's the T-shirt, Eric? I want a T-shirt of Horseman. I got 4 T-shirts now, man.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, if you guys are more interested in Rippaverse, go ahead and go to rippaverse.com. They are offering a membership now, which gets you some free shipping, some extra little really cool things. They're not an affiliate sponsor. We just love Rippaverse. So, check them out. It's really kind of some neat stuff that they're doing, and they're starting to do more animations, which I think is fabulous. It just gives it a certain depth.
Well, I think that might be the next step for Rippaverse. I think they might be heading into animation. It might be a situation of where they're going to put it. That's what I think it is. I think they're trying to figure out where it's going to go, where it can get the most eyes on it. Mm-hmm. But I really think that's the next step for them, animation. And so far, all the animated trailers have looked great. They really have. So he's got some good people behind him, and I can't wait to hear more about that. Ooh, DVD? Yeah. I think if Eric does do it, it'll probably get released as a physical media because he doesn't seem to do digital stuff. So,
oh, that's true. There are not digital aspects of these comics and stuff. Mm-mm. That's right. Nope. It's all physical.
He has not done one digital. And actually, I know somebody that's their only complaint about the Rippaverse is because they like their comics in the digital medium, which I kind of find funny because I prefer the physical. I prefer the physical, but I understand the digital. You know what I mean?
It's all production costs.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's production costs. It's for the consumer, it's how you want to consume your medium. Some of us want that physical paper in our hand, which okay, you got a better chance for the physical paper to become somewhat valuable, where the digital will never ever gain value. How are you going to sell a digital copy of a comic book? You're not.
Yeah.
No one's going to buy that from you, so on and so forth. But a physical copy you can actually sell to somebody if they wanted it and if you wanted to sell it. So
it's great garage sale fodder. Just saying.
Wow, you're already putting him in the garage?
No, I'm just being silly. That's what happens to a lot of my books is where I was at. Yeah, they end up going to Goodwill or they go.
Yeah, and then they gain value 20 years later.
Right. Well, I'm not talking about comic books. I'm just talking books in general.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But the digital side has an aspect to it that's cool because you can take it with you somewhere and I do like looking at digital on my computer and blowing up the panels like the size of my monitor.
Yes.
That's pretty freaking nice, actually.
It is. Yes.
But then I also like to hold it, and read it.
Right. Well, if I want it that big, I just put it right up to my eyes so that it looks super big. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not supposed to do that. It hurts your eyes.
I know. That's true.
I had a post on Facebook a few days about that. We were told as kids, don't get so close to the TV, you ruin your eyes. And now they're all wearing those goggle things to
That's
play
right.
games.
Yep.
What happened to don't get too close to the TV? I think
Yep.
that all went out the window.
I think it did. Oh, goodness. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today on our episode. We greatly appreciate it. Please check out our website, 2geeksmike.com, the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. This is specifically where we keep all access to our merch page, to our Ko-fi page, to our kind of what's coming up and those kinds of things. So now our merch page, if you're curious, if you want to go directly to our merch shop, it's 2geeksmikemerch.com. Mike's done a great job with it. If you want to go to our Ko-fi page, it is ko-fi.com/2geeks. There you can help support us if you want. That's you can do a $1 tier, or $2 tier, or $3 tier. All it just helps us pay for all the stuff to do the streaming and podcasting and our increasing in price Canva account for our YouTube thumbnails. Kind of a thing. I'm griping. I'm mad about it. But anyway, so also, if you want to get a hold of us, the best way to do that is show@2geeksmike.com, show@2geeksmike.com. Mike covers that email really well. If you want to help support us in a different way, you want to try out some energy drinks, we do an affiliate sponsorship with glitchenergy.com. If you put in the code 2geeks, the number 2, GEEKS, you'll get 10% off your first order. Openly, sometimes they have some other deals going on. So we always recommend folks to get the sample pack first to try it out, because it is really delicioso. It's good. You can try all the flavors and stuff. So it's
Smurf juice is delicious.
The Smurf juice is delicious. Gargamel was on
today.
something.
I've got skill. What is it called, Megan? Skill issues. That's what I'm drinking today.
Yeah, right on. Right on. Well, so with that, Mike, that's all I got. You got anything else?
Sure. If you've made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe. Go like us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, and subscribe to us here on YouTube. Make sure and give the bell a little tickle here on YouTube. And because when you give a bell a tickle and give us a like on YouTube, because the algorithm supposedly likes those things and then suggested it to other people who, what did you say, Stephen?
No, I'm just laughing.
And then supposedly suggested it to other people who like content similar to ours. So hopefully it does. I don't know, but just give us a thumbs up and let us know. Anyway, and like I said, ring that bell. That way you'll be notified every time we go live. Every time we go live is on Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math for the rest, because I don't like math. Besides that, what you might live somewhere like in the down under where it's like 12 hours behind us or before us, or whenever the DeLorean shows up there.
Right.
And that's all I think I've got. Anything else, Stephen?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us on this episode. We will return next week. Well, hopefully, Megan and I will return next week with a little bit on Beetlejuice. So make sure not Stephen skip us, because we are much more better than the rest.
Cheers.